All right now.
All
All
right.
right. That's wonderful. As you always say, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right.
Okay, all right, we're starting just right now. Okay, all right. So just firing up the jet. All right. So, all right. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our queens and all our kings that is in the house, and those that are also on the varied YouTube channel. Really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you very much for joining us on this wonderful deep dive, globally changing lives. And as we globally change lives, we just want to thank you all for joining with us so that we can have a wonderful Catawampus time here on Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. Starting, of course, the program, we will be commencing with none other than Queen Loretta Shadari. Of course, she's a certified 100% bona fide globally international recording and singing artist. And at this time, she's of course going to sing her wonderful song that she has gifted to us, that we have been using left, right, and center from the inception of this business all the way back in 2018. And so, therefore, it is in it to win it. And anything you are involved in, you have to be in it, of course, to win it. So, over to you and listen to this song.
are here. We are on passive, shining bright into the future. We rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. In it to win it, in it to win it. In it to win it, in it to win it. Bringing hope, shining the light. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one goal, bringing solution, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. In it to win it, in it to win it, in it to win it. In it to win it, in it to win it. To win it, to win it, to win it, to win it. In it to win it, to win it, to win it. Standing tall, we are the unicorn, we are the stars. Standing strong, standing we are the unicorn, we are the
The next stop is on passive.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Loretta Shadari. Really appreciate. And of course, moving right into our mindset, we do have with us the most dynamite, wonderful, beautiful, illustrious woman of God, and that is going to give us keys to keys to dine empty. Choose to walk in your purpose by maximizing your potential. And of course, our presenter is an international transformational speaker, a life coach, empowerment trainer, TV talk show host, publisher, author, and of 4 books, and editor in chief and chief of Discovering You magazine. And of course, you can subscribe to that magazine. It's a free magazine, there's no cost, courtesy of Queen Dr. Tunishai A. Ford. And so in the description, the link is right there to the free subscription, and you can just click on the link. Or if you receive that flyer with the information of this webinar on, then it is right there. Just click on the link, and you will be able to subscribe once, and every month you will get that free subscription of the Discovering You magazine. So, without any further ado, we are going to turn things over to our international transformational speaker, Queen Dr. Tunishai Ford. Over to you, Queen.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in this wonderful world. And yes, I did say wonderful, because you know why? Because you're in it. Because you're in it. That's why it's so wonderful. So I just praise God for that. And this is truly the day that the Lord has made. And we are going to rejoice and be glad in it. And we're going to find out today the steps we must take to make sure that when we leave this earth, we're going to leave this earth knowing that we're going to hear those illustrious words from our Lord and Savior. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter in. That's why today my topic is keys to dying empty. Keys to dying empty. Choose to walk in your purpose by maximizing your potential. I can't take credit for this topic on my own, because I got this topic from someone that I really, really admire. You may have heard me talk about the late Dr. Miles Monroe. And I can't think of anyone that stresses, or should I say, who stressed the importance of realizing your potential and maximizing your potential, walking in your purpose. And I am an avid reader of all his books. In fact, I had the opportunity to meet him. And I was just so in awe of this man. This man has changed my life. I still call him my mentor. I know he's gone, but I follow his teachings. I read his books. And I try to live my life in such a way that he has stressed, because he understood the importance of realizing your potential and walking in your purpose. I mean, how many of you know, let me ask you a question. How many of you know that in addition to living a saved life, and those of you who really believe in Jesus Christ, that God has a mandate on our lives? We can't just come and just take up space. You're not just here to take up space, praise God, but you're here to actually fulfill something. You're here to make an impact in the earth. Because once you do that, your life, just like Jesus, is going to impact so many lives. It's going to be like a snowball or a dominoes effect. And that's what I want to share with you all today. So again, the topic is keys to dying empty. Choose to walk in your purpose by maximizing your potential. Maximizing your potential involves fully releasing all of your God-given gifts, talents, and potential into the world before you die. Before you die, rather than dying with them unused. This means consistently identifying and developing your inner resources, overcoming self-imposed limitations, yes, I said that, and your fears, and living a life of purpose to ensure you leave nothing unexpressed, or unrealized when you leave this world. That's the goal of this message. That's the goal of being able to fulfill your destiny, to walk in your purpose, and dying empty. So what does it mean to die empty? What does that mean? To die empty means to die finished, not prematurely. Let me say that again. Die finished. When Jesus was on the cross, he said, it is finished. That means he came and he completed the work. He completed the work. It was done. He knew that when he took his last breath and he went into the grave, when they put him away, he had something to do. He let people know right then and there that what I came to do is finished. It's finished. There's nothing else to do. It's a final work. And that's what God has for each and every one of us, because he is to be our example. It means leaving nothing left unused within you when you go, but rather having given your all. How does that feel, to give your all? Have you ever thought about that? What does it mean to give your all? Think about your own lives. Think about where you are in your own life, and think about the things that you do on a daily basis. Think about the profession that you may be in. Think about the desires that you have. Think about the things that you may not have even tried to do yet, but yet you have a yearning for it. Do you ever feel like that? That there's something, it's just not all complete. There's something that you really want to do, but you haven't yet tapped into it. This is what it means to die empty. God wants you to tap into that. He wants you to realize that you have a purpose, and you do not want your purpose to go to the grave. The other meaning of dying empty, to avoid the graveyard's wealth. To avoid the graveyard's wealth. He always said, Dr. Miles Monroe used to always say that the richest place in the world is the graveyard. And you all have heard me say that again. Think about it. The richest place in the world is the graveyard. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to be a partaker of that. You do not want to be a part of that wealth. We want wealth, but not that kind of wealth. We don't want the graveyard wealth. So what do we need to do? We need to purpose in our hearts that the grave is not going to take our potential. It's not going to take our purpose. It's not going to take our dreams. Many of you right now have desires to write a book. I don't know what prompted Queen Lily Lane to write her book, but I'm very proud of her. Very proud of her. Because she's not exactly what you call a very young woman. She's a seasoned woman. She's a mature woman. But this may have been something that has been on her heart for years. Even myself, being an author of 4 books. When I first wrote my book, I remember when I was in college, my first year of college, I was a freshman, and the instructor, my professor, when I wrote my papers, he would always come to me and tell me, Tunishai, you are an excellent writer. You should write a book. But at the time, I didn't really see myself doing that. To me, that was such a big fate. And if you ever had a chance to talk to Lily Lane, maybe she'll sit down and tell you that writing a book is not the easiest thing to do. I know somebody asked her, was she going to write another book? She said she's working on it. That's good. But I don't know. We don't know how long it's going to take her to do it. And you don't know how long it took me. It took me a while to do it. Because you have to sit down and purpose in your heart that you're going to make time to do that. So there are many of you who have gifts and talents that you've just put on the back burner because you don't want to invest the time in it. So therefore, if you leave here right now, if God's called you home right now, will you be one of those persons that will have the graveyard take your wealth? Take the things that God has put into you. If you have time, as long as you have time, as long as you have breath, purpose in your heart that you're going to take each day to work towards the goals, to utilize the talents, and to dream big and do what God has mandated you to do. So again, what does it mean to die empty? To die finished and not prematurely, and to avoid the graveyard's wealth. To avoid the graveyard's wealth. Now, let me share with you tonight the keys, principles to dying empty. Now, this is just an introduction. This is part 1. So when I come next week, I'm going to be talking about, this is going to be a series. We're going to be talking about how to maximize your potential. We're going to talk about, what that looks like to maximize your potential. And we're going to look at some of the things that hinder us from maximizing our potential and dying empty. But tonight we're going to have an intro, part 1. And I'm going to share with you the keys, principles to dying empty. So I'm not going to be before you long. All right. Again, this is the intro. So the first one, the first key, the first principle key is identify and release your God-given potential. Very profound word. Identify. The first is a two-step process, okay? The first key. First, you have to identify. Like anything else, how are you going to know that you're supposed to be doing something if you don't know what that is? Identify what that is. Where's your passion? What do you wake up in the morning thinking about all the time? I don't care about your 9-to-5 job, or even if you may have a business that you're just doing to make ends meet, or whatever it may be, but what drives you? Think about that. What drives you? What would you do, as Dr. Derek would say, absolutely free? What would you do absolutely free if you just had the platform to do it? What would you do? What's on the inside that's burning on the inside that wants to come out? What is that thing that God may have whispered to you in that still, quiet voice and said, do this, go there, say that? First, you have to identify it. And when you identify it, then you want to release it. It's supposed to go into the world. Remember, God is not mediocre. You may say, well, I don't have a worldwide ministry. I believe we all can have a worldwide ministry. It may not be that you're physically going all over the world. But just like so many people on this platform, many of you have your platforms. Many of you are on TikTok. Many of you are on Instagram and Facebook, or you're on the platforms right now that you have with On Passive, and you're reaching the masses. Dr. Derek always introduces me as an international speaker, and yes, I have had the opportunity to go out of the country and speak. But even if I never stuck my foot out of the country, out of Michigan, I'm still an international speaker. You know why? Because many people who come and listen when I speak are where? From all over the world. Oh, Passion, right? The Dream Team and the other platforms. Many of them are international. It's not just a platform where everybody's in America. There are people from all over the world, different walks of life. So therefore, I am reaching the masses by just sitting in my kitchen. That's where I am right now. You all can see different things in the kitchen, my kitchen gadgets. That's where I am. So I am an international speaker. And my voice and my words are reaching the world, the masses. And that's what you need to do. Identify what your passion is. Identify what the dream is. Identify what that mandate is. And then begin to release it. Release it. The second key. Overcome self-imposed limitations. Ouch. Ouch. Overcome self-imposed limitations. I didn't say what somebody else imposed on you. Sometimes you are your own worst enemy. Okay? You're your own worst enemy. You can't go around and blame it. Oh, I didn't make it because I'm a black woman. Or I'm a black man. I didn't make it. Or I didn't make it because I'm not educated enough. I'm not tall enough, short enough, wide enough. I didn't make it for that. I can't go out there and do that because the demands are too great. I have children I have to go and take care of. You know, my work hours are too long. I can't go out there and do what I want to really do. So I'm going to stop those things. Oh, I'm afraid. Oh, no, I can't go out there and do that. They'll laugh at me. Nobody will take me seriously. Nobody's going to bite. I can't do it. And I'll tell you, like Tim Ferguson told us, me and Tony, who told you that? Where did that lie come from? Where did that lie come from? But within yourself. Oftentimes, again, we're talking about dying empty. We're talking about not allowing your dreams, your potential to go into the graveyard. Overcome the self-imposed limitations. Break through fear, inhibitions, and self-doubt that prevent you from reaching your full potential. That's number 2, overcome self-imposed limitations. Number 3, cultivate and feed your potential. It's just like a plant. When you plant a seed in the soil, right? You have to what? Cultivate it. You water it. Shift the dirt around a little bit. Make sure the seed is down there good enough so it can catch root. That's what you have to do with your dreams, with your purpose. You need to cultivate it. How do you do that? You may say, Dr. T, if it means researching, going back to school, spending time practicing, getting a skill, praying about it, don't leave God out. Make him your partner. Tell other people of like mind. Be around people that will encourage you. That's how you cultivate it. And understand that whatever you have been called to do, you are not a lone ranger. God has given people assignments to walk with you. There are people, like Dr. Derek used to always say, there are people that are going to come into your life. Some people are just there for a moment. Some people are going to be there for a lifetime. And then you have those who may have a purpose, and once they do that, they have to let go. God gives them another assignment. But when you understand that you have to cultivate and feed your potential, then you understand that this is how you maximize what God has put in your hand. Remember, one of the first things I said when I spoke to you all, when I came on this platform, is, what do you have in your hand? What do you have in your hand? What are you going to use to cultivate and develop your potential? Again, remember, we're talking about dying empty. If you want to die empty, you have to cultivate it and feed your potential. That's number 3. Number 4. We have one more. We have 2 more. Number 4. Embrace your uniqueness. You all know that the name of my organization is Your Own Uniqueness. When God gave me that title for my nonprofit, I didn't quite understand it, but he told me, he said, I want my people. And first I was assigned, I've been assigned to women. That was the first assignment. He said, I want my women to understand their full potential by overcoming barriers. I want them to be all that I have ordained and called them to be. So he gave me the ministry business name, Your Own Uniqueness. Think about that. So if you want to die empty, if you don't want the wealth to take the grave to take your wealth, you need to begin to embrace your uniqueness. Refuse to be ordinary. God didn't make anything mediocre. If it's mediocre, God did not create it. It came from the other guy, but it didn't come from God. Your design is to be distinctive, special, and irreplaceable. There's no one like you. There's no one like you. No matter what you've been called to do. And you may say, well, there's so many authors out there. So what? There's always room for one more book, because your book is your book. Your book is your story. Oh, there's so many singers out there. So what? There's always room for one more song, one more songstress. There's always room for that. You may say, there's so many businesses that do this and do that. So what? There's always room for what you've been called to do. You're never going to be God. Guys, this is the great big word. I remember somebody said that when they described heaven. Heaven is so vast. You know, our little minds, our little pea brains think, oh, it's this little place. No. It is so vast. It can hold billions and trillions and so on and so forth. And it's the same thing with your talents and your abilities. God created this world to be so vast, and there's room for what you've been called to do. So embrace your uniqueness. Refuse to be ordinary, mediocre. Because your design should be distinctive, special, and irreplaceable. You are irreplaceable. You are irreplaceable. That's what God has said. You are irreplaceable. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. When he made you in your mother's womb, he said, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. You may not be perfect to yourself. When you look in the mirror, you might see flaws, but God sees the finished product, and he says, it was good. It is good. And the last one I want to share with you today is to live each day with purpose. Live each day with purpose. Move forward into your destiny by staying focused on your goals. Stay focused on your goals, refiring your passion for your life. Have a fire. Pretend like there's a fire underneath it. You just leaping. You gotta get away from that fire. Run after that destiny. Run like your life depends on it, because it does. If you do not want the grave to take everything that God has put in you, then that means that you have to do something. You have to apply some work. I believe that it's God's will that everyone on this platform and everyone on this earth has been given a purpose. Don't leave here prematurely. Don't allow the enemy to tell you that you can't do something, that you're not worthy. And you may say, well, most of you on this platform, you're doing very well, but there might be areas in your life that you know that you have not taken on that God has given you the mandate to do. I'm going to be very transparent with you. I know that I'm not doing all that God has called me to do. Remember, say, Dr. T, you're doing so much, but guess what? There's so much more. There's so much more. And that's why next week and the weeks after that, we're going to talk about those things that hinder us, that interfere with us dying empty. That's so important. But in the meantime, take the keys that I've shared with you, identifying and releasing your God-given potential, overcoming self-imposed limitations, cultivating and feeding your potential, embracing your uniqueness, and live each day with purpose. And I believe that when you do this, when you take those steps, you will die empty as you choose to walk in purpose by maximizing your potential. I'm Dr. T, and thank you so much for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. Tunishai A. Ford. Really appreciate walking in your uniqueness. Every one of us is unique. Stop. Listen, when we start to compare ourselves, that is when we are going on the wrong road. Thank you very
Mhm.
much, Queen Dr. T. And anyone want to comment? Oh, uh, Queen Pastor Tony Coleman. Go ahead.
Excellent presentation as you were going down with five of those keys. I thought about, through the years, and I've learned a lot in different areas and things. And sometimes when I thought about it, I felt like what is the term? A jack of all trades and a master of none. And Dr. T would always ask me, or you would always ask me, what I wanted to do. And it was this one time when I thought about it. We were driving from church, and I was able to tell you exactly what I wanted to do and what I felt my purpose was. And it was the first time in years that I was able to actually express it. And you had commended me on that. And, I thank God for your own uniqueness. I thank God that I have a best friend that's this plethora that has this plethora of information and insight and all of that. And so, thank you for sharing five of the points. And I'm always working on them. So I thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
Nice, nice. Mercy. Thank you very much, Queen Pastor Tony. Really appreciate. And of course, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny.
Yes, I don't know if can you. Oh, mhm. Mm. Ah, man. Greetings. I don't know if you guys can see me, but
Yes, we can see you and we can hear you.
all right. Greetings to everyone, to my queens and kings around the globe. I want to take this special moment to thank each and everyone coming here this evening. But the most important thing I want to say is to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing us together. If it wasn't for Him, you and I will not be here today or this evening. I I want to say to our Queen, Dr. T, um, astonishing mindset. So you make us to understand about this amazing topic, and you say something about by identifying, like your passion. I try to find out my passion by thinking, no, believing that I love to encourage children, students, boys and girls, most importantly, try to find out what they need, what they want, making sure that they love themselves, making sure that they respect one another, let them go to school and do better of their life. That is me. Although sometimes I used to talk to my my nephew. Well, I have family members like more than 33. And my nephew always said, Auntie, could you please stop? Why you keep bothering people about what is school? Have you gone to school? Have you done your homework? So I noticed that I believe it is really my own passion by encouraging boys and girls because I want the best out of them. As you all notice that it is stated in the Bible that if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. And I know that I will never spare any rod. So by you talking about to die empty, which means having this world, like sharing your gift, your talent and potential without holding anything back. So I believe I was just thinking that what is really my gift? I so I noticed that I keep bothering people that do this, do this, do this, like younger boys and girls. I love to help children, especially like those who are in need. So I hope this is what you are talking about. And then you make something that you say we should overcome self impulse or limitation that do not, what did you say? You say something that you should not allow yourself, you should not allow somebody to tell you what to do. Isn't it, Dr. T?
Yes, right. That's
Okay.
correct. Yep.
Thank you so much because sometimes when I say something to people, they get mad at me. I say, God help me. I say, I am going to do what I want to do. And nobody is going to tell me anything. I know that sometimes we all learn from our mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. But sometimes people want to tell you what to do. It will not work for me. Well, I hope I'm not too stubborn, Queen Dr. T. I'm trying my best,
But
right?
one of the things I want to say, Dr. Benny, I didn't quite mean that you don't listen to people because God has put people on the earth to give you wise counsel. So I always tell us we want to be led by God. The Word of God tells us to trust Him with all your heart and all your soul, and to lean not unto your own understanding, but in all thy ways to acknowledge Him. He'll direct your path. But just make sure, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but just make sure that when you say nobody can tell me what to do, you want to make sure that the people that you're ignoring are the ones who are giving you bad counsel. But if someone is sent to give you good counsel, has wisdom, then there's nothing wrong with listening to them. You have to make sure it's not rebellion and being stubborn. Okay, but if someone's telling you something that is wrong, it's really off course, then no one is under obligation to listen to that. But if someone comes that God may send to give you wise counsel, to help you grow and to put you on the right path, maybe you've detoured. Maybe you detoured off the wrong path. Maybe God wants to put you on the right path. God can use mankind, to bring correction. All right, so just make sure that you understand the difference. You have a very strong personality. That's wonderful. You're strong-willed. That's wonderful. But at the same time, again, please, I'm not trying to be offensive. I know we're on this platform, but you want to make sure you stay out of the area where you don't need to get into an area of being rebellious. Okay, and I'm not saying that you are. I just wanted to clarify what I said. Okay, so I'm not saying don't listen to other people. Nobody can tell you what to do. I'm saying that if it's not good counsel, no one is obligated to listen to those people. Listen to people who you want to find yourself, have they done that? In other words, if they tell you to do something, look at their life. In other words, why would you take counsel from someone who tells you how to save your money and how to invest, They have no investments. They're not saving their money. So of course you wouldn't listen to that person. But somebody who's thriving, doing well, and they make a suggestion to go this route instead of that route. Okay, you may want to go and do that exactly, but at least listen, because who knows, they may be giving you good advice. And that's all I'm saying.
Oh, no problem. Sorry. Okay. I know that sometimes I do listen to some people also, as well as the children. I do understand that God sent people, even kids, to talk to us. It is important, yes, to listen and then to see if you can follow that their
Yes.
path, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate you
please.
too.
Thank you so much. King Dr. Derek, I am going to do something and I will come back. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, that's good to know. Okay, thank you very much, Queen Dr. Benny. And of course, thank you very much, Queen uh, Pastor Tony. And thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. All right, is there anyone else that may have input or want to say something? Anyone else? All right, wonderful. Okay. And so we just want to thank Queen Dr. T. Really appreciate that awesome um, presentation that we had have today, because really and truly, um, a lot of persons, yes, is really dying empty, and that is because they don't find their purpose, and that is a major issue or a major problem, when we don't know our purpose. We're on the face of the earth 30, 40, 50 years, and you don't know what your purpose is. Then that is kind of very serious. 60 years old and you still don't know what your purpose is, then you need to check yourself properly, check up on yourself, and seek to find your purpose, because every one of us was created with a purpose. Yes, a major spiritual purpose, but also a physical purpose. So try to find what is your physical purpose. What is it? And that is why um, God asked Moses, what is it that is in your hand? What do you have in your hand? All right, so use what you got, because God must give you at least one talent, right? When you look at the parable of the talent, it is telling us that God will give each and every one of us a talent, at least one. Some like me might have more than one. Some like Dr. T might have more than one, etc., etc. But you must get at least one talent. And so please find out what that is and use it to the best of your ability. All right, wonderful. So moving right along, really appreciate all of you here, and of course those that are on our YouTube channels. All right, so moving right along, our next speaker, of course, you know pretty well. I've been doing a course of series of cybersecurity, because listen, um, whether you are in a business or not in a business, majority of persons on the planet is on the world wide web. And so because majority of us is on the world wide web, therefore cyber security is of tantamount importante. It is very important. And so, most definitely, to help us and have been doing a fabulous job for over a year, almost going into 2 years now, is none other than our First Lady, Queen Dr. Benny. And so she's going to speak, of course, on this is her forte. This is what she went um, to university for. This is what she has her doctorate in. She is an international speaker, of course, and she has been speaking on many platforms. And she is going to know, without a doubt, give us cyber security. Stay protected in 2025, part 34. Over to you, First Lady Queen Dr. Ben.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much, King Dr. Derek, for giving me this opportunity this evening. As you all know, security is very important, not only within any organization, but also within us in your own house. When you're driving, wherever you're going, the security, you have to take good care of yourself. So today, the topic is about no, it's still KYC, but the key requirements and compliance for financial services. So the KYC, which we all know it is a verification, it is also a set of standard and requirement used in investment and financial services industry to ensure brokers, right? They have sufficient information about their client. You need to have sufficient information about your client, their risk profile as well, and their financial position. So if you guys don't mind, I am going to share you guys my screen. But when it comes to those key requirements, we talk about like the customer identification, customer due diligence, enhanced due diligence, and keeping records. So just give me a minute so I can at least share my screen. But in order to talk a little bit about the customer identification, for financial, when it comes to financial institution, they must what? Verify the identity of any customer, right? Using a reliable independent document such as government issue identification, your passport, and or any official records. So thank you so much, Dr. Derek. Just give me a minute. Let me share my screen. Mhm. Sorry, again. Okay, share. I'm looking for my, go to the windows, share the entire screen. I'm looking for my, Dr. Derek. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is it. Oh. So I think I need Dr. Derek. This is my screen here. Anyway, I believe I am not going to share the screen today. So, yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is it. Share.
Yes, Dr. Benny.
Dr. Derek, I am trying to share this screen here. This is my
You're sharing.
PowerPoint.
You're sharing. So
I
all you
am?
have to do, no, don't click that. Just push up, push it up,
Push it up.
push it up. Yes, so you can sit down there now. Yes, click on that one.
Well, if I click on this, it
No, no,
says
no,
stop
no, no, no.
sharing.
No. Click on the PowerPoint. Click beside the minus sign.
Oh,
Click beside the
oh,
minus
this.
sign. Yes. There you
Oh,
go.
man. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
as you know, you can see it says victory with Ash, right? Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Know your client, the key requirement and compliance for financial services. I just put victory with Ash. As you all can see, my table of content. Right. So know your client, right? Or know your customer, which is an important standard in any investment of financial services. It is designed now to verify the identity and the access of financial profile. Its implementation through the components like the customer's identification program and other due diligence measure ensures compliance, and it helps to mitigate risk in customer relationship. So what are the key principles? The KYC rule is an ethical standard for those in the securities industry working with customers to open and maintain the account, right? So this rule start when a customer broker relationship begins, setting up a customer's essential profile before giving financial advice. The customer is also made aware of what? The need to comply with all the laws, the regulations, the rules of the security requirement. So, like number one, customer identification program. It requires financial firm to get 4 keys pieces of client information, like what? The name, the date of birth of that client, the address of that particular client, as well as the identification number. Customer due diligence. It involves gathering the customer's credentials in order to confirm their identity, the access, their risk for suspicious activities. Next, we have enhanced due diligence, which it applies now to customers at high risk of what? Infiltration, terrorism, financing, or money laundering, needing what? Extra information collection. So, what are the regulatory rules for the KYC compliance? 2 rules governing the KYC, which it includes what? The financial industry, right? Regulatory authority. The rule rule of what? 2090, know your customer, and Finland rule 2111, sustainability. So Finland rule of 2090 requires every broker dealer to use what? Reasonable diligence when opening and maintaining clients' account, to know and to keep records on the profile of each customer, as well as what? Identify each person who has authority to act on the customer's behalf. FINRA Rule 2111 noted that a broker dealer must have what? A reasonable basis to believe that a recommendation is suitable for customer based on what? Client's financial situations and needs. Now, these rules now will assume that the broker dealer has completed a review of the current fact and profile of the customer, including what? The customer's other securities and investment before making any purchases, before making any sales, or exchange of a security on the client's behalf. So, what are the relationships now between the anti-money laundering and KYC? The US or United States, right? Financial Crime Enforcement Network mandates that customers and financial institutions follow KYC standard to prevent illegal activities like money laundering. Anti-money laundering is what? It's a term for what? Range of measures and processes used to achieve regulatory compliance. KYC is a component of the anti-money laundering. So the Financial Crime Enforcement Network says financial institutions must know the type and the purposes of what? Customer relationships and create risk profile to spot suspicious activities. Financial institutions must also maintain current and accurate customers' information and continue to monitor the accounts for suspicious and illegal activities. As you all know, it is really happening in certain banks in this country or all over the world. So when detected, they are required to promptly report their findings. Now, it comes with the cryptocurrency. As we know, a lot of organizations, they are utilizing cryptocurrency. So the market now, it offers a decentralized exchange promoting confidentiality, but this also makes preventing money laundering challenging. Criminals see cryptocurrency as a vehicle to launder money, and what? As a result, governing bodies are looking for ways to impose KYC on cryptocurrency market. Now, are your client interested in crypto? Use this discussion guide. Now, most cryptocurrency platforms are seen as what? Money service business that must follow AML law, requiring what? The customer identification and specific reporting. So how KYC standard impact the cryptocurrency market? You have faith to crypto exchange, which it does facilitate the transaction involving the faith currency and cryptocurrency. Now, since fiat currency is the official currency of a nation, most of these exchanges, they will employ a measure of KYC, and financial institutions that have vetted their customers according to their KYC requirement. 60 million. There it has been a penalty assessed against Bitcoin mixer Larry Dane Hammond for violating anti-money laundering law. Now, in December of 2020, the FinCEN proposed what the cryptocurrency proposed that cryptocurrency and digital asset market participants they should submit, maintain, and verify customer identities. This rule now classifies what certain cryptocurrencies as monetary instrument, subjecting them now to KYC requirement, because you have to show who you are, your name, and everything in order for us to know about this cryptocurrency. Now, the purpose rules is slated for final action in February 2024, which was last year, right? So just frequently asked question, as you all know, what a KYC is. It's either know your customer or know your client. So the verification is a set of standard which talks about the requirement it will use for the investment and the financial service industry in order to ensure the broker to have sufficient information about that particular individual or the client. And what is KYC in the banking sector? The KYC in the banking sector, it requires you, the banker, and advisors to identify what the customers, the beneficial owners of the business, and the nature of the purpose of that customer relationship. Banks must also review customers' account for suspicious and illegal activities, maintain and also to ensure the accuracy of that customer account. As you all know, most of the some customers, yeah, they do play some games. They may steal money from somewhere, and when you notify, when the bank notice that, let's give an example where you work. If you are bringing, let me just say, $2,000 a month, and then in the long run they started saying like $4,000 a month, the bank will be suspicious, right? To know that how come you were making 2,000, let me just say, in 3 months, and then in 3 months time you start making 4,000. They want to know how, and they want to see if the money is really maybe your company is giving you checks. You are using the check now to take it to the bank, right? And then in the long run, they don't see the check, but they see something else, or the money is more. Now they want to find out what type of activities are you, what did you do, except you are doing two jobs, and then you have to also notify the bank. That's the way I look at it. Yes. So what are KYC documents? Account owners like me and you generally must provide the government issue, right, identity as a proof of identity. Now, some institution requires two forms of identity, like your driver license as well as your birth certificate, social security card, or passport. Now, in addition to confirming the identity, the address must be confirmed. This can be done with proof of ID or with an um, proof of ID with an accompanying document confirming the address of the client. You know, sometimes they will ask you uh, for, I think it's the type of proof of identification. I think it's like your phone number, right? Um, Phone number on, and let's say I do have a SunTrust Bank here. I mean, they sent me an envelope. They want to really know that this envelope here or this name is my name, and the address, when they look at my ID, and they want to make sure that the in my ID, the address of my ID is the same like the address here on the envelope that has been sent to me from my bank. So it is very important for them to really, that's why they need a proof of document address. So in conclusion, it says, know your client or know your customer. It is really an essential standard in investment and financial services, which is really crucial for verifying customers' identities and financial profile. KYC involve three main components: customer identification program, customer due diligence, as well as the enhanced due diligence for high-risk account. Financial institution must adhere to KYC standard in order to prevent money laundering and what? Illegal activities with specific regulation outlined by Finland and Finch. Cryptocurrency platform consider money services business are subject to what? KYC, right? and the regulation in order to avert money laundering through decentralized exchange. So the person who this is where I got my references from, and actually was written by James Shane. Learn about the editorial policies, and it was updated in 20 August. Guess what? August of 2025. It was also reviewed by Eric and checked by David Robinson. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate each and every one.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. I really appreciate it. Cybersecurity is most definitely something that everyone should pay strict attention to, because, of course, we are online, we are on the World Wide Web, and we are surfing, we are checking our email, checking our TikTok, checking our Facebook, checking our YouTube status, etc., etc. All right, and so we need to be secure. You know, we need to be secure. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. Benny. All right, any person want to comment or ask any question? Comments or asking any questions? Anyone? And of course, you can also post it in the chat. Let me see. All right, astonishing mindset. Welcome, lots of love. All right, so it's just a lot of greetings. All right, so go ahead, Queen Dr. T. I see your
Thank you.
sound. You look like you want to say something.
Oh, no, I was just thanking Dr. Benny for her presentation. I really do appreciate you. I have to apologize. A lot of this stuff is just so technical. I'm not really a technically minded person, but I just admire your tenacity and I admire your faithfulness. And I was going to use you as an example in my speech. When I talked about your own uniqueness and doing what God called you to do, I think that you have entered into a field of cybersecurity where a lot of women, now you correct me if I'm wrong because I didn't do any research on this, but I just don't think this is an industry that a lot of women go into. So if I'm right about that, then you are truly a jewel. You're one of a kind. To be able to take on such a feat and to be able to explain it and have a passion for it. So you're definitely one of those people I believe is going to die empty. So I really thank you so much for your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Queen Dr. T. In this field of cybersecurity, let me just say the reason why I did it. Because I noticed that when I came to this country, I realized that a lot of our African Americans or Africans, the ladies, what they like is nursing, 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 nursing. So I decided that I wanted to be different, and I further my education. When I completed my program, I realized that I was the first, hopefully in the Cameroonian community, when it comes to my PhD in information security and assurance or cybersecurity. Then after 2 years, I started noticing ladies now coming. They decided that they wanted to do what I'm doing. So, and I don't mind to work with them. We can work together in order to protect America or to protect the world, as well as protecting the network. Thank you.
All right,
Trailblazer.
wonderful.
You're a trailblazer, Dr. Vinny. Trailblazer.
Most
Hey.
definitely. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. Benny. Queen Rosanna. All right, Queen um, Pastor Tony.
Excellent presentation, Queen Dr. Benny. I really like everyone else. I really appreciate the information that you give us. in order to keep our systems and our computers safe, and really watching out for the activity that comes forth and not taking everything for granted, clicking on this or clicking on that just because, but really paying attention and giving us a better understanding of what the KYC is there for. And I know sometimes it could be scary because when um, Ash, Mr. Mufara, had mentioned the KYC, I was on the verge of biting all my nails off. I'm like, oh my goodness. I take a picture. I can take a picture, and then the computer is still saying, we don't recognize you. And that has happened a few times. And I'm like, I'm going to get through this KYC. When every time I take a picture, the computer never recognizes me. But, I really have a little more confidence.
Lord have
But
mercy.
I really appreciate you. And I look forward to more information and all that, because it's always good to learn and build our confidences in different areas and finding our identities and all that. So I really appreciate all the teachers online. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The reason why I believe I brought this topic is because I noticed what he said about that KYC. I wanted people, or should I say founders or affiliates, for them to start preparing themselves. They should not get angry. We are here to learn. Nobody should be angry. When it comes to that KYC, I believe maybe there will be a company that will come, and hopefully they're going to teach us what to do, and which is very important. They want to know who you are. Who are you? You should not steal as somebody else's identification. Sometimes with this KYC thing, I think also fingerprints, which is biometrics, is important as well to this company. Hopefully one day they will do that. Thank you so much, Queen Pastor Antoinette, for your love and support. Thank you so much, Queen Dr. T, my queen. I appreciate you. Thank you all for your love and your acknowledgement.
All right. Queen Jacqueline Warner.
Hey, good evening. Good evening to all.
Good
Awesome
evening.
presentation, Queen Dr. T. Amazing. And it's a topic that we need to that we all need, because like you said, like we said, and I know that the richest place on earth is the graveyard. And I don't want that to be my portion or anyone else's portion. So it's good that if we could identify some of those keys points that you have given onto us, so we can live a life of purpose, which will lead to gratification and wealth. And I just want to thank you too, Dr. Benny, Queen Dr. Benny, for that amazing presentation, because we always hear KYC, but I have heard it before, and I probably did some of it already in other businesses, but when Ash said it, well, I figured it's something that is needed. But when you break it on down and give it and get the details and help and give us a better understanding of what KYC is, I mean, it's a protection for the company. And it's also, to me, a protection for ourselves, because at least we know we're dealing with a company that's legit, that's of integrity, that is all around, not looking to steal from us and not looking for us to steal from them. So it worked both ways. So thank you for your wisdom and your knowledge. And thank you for going in that profession.
Thank you so much,
You're
Queen
welcome.
JW. I appreciate you coming here every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And thank you for your encouragement. We all love you.
Love you too.
Right, wonderful. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate. And so, um, there's a question. I don't know if it's a question. I think it's directed to Dr. Benny. Can someone just withdraw from your bank account because they have access to your phone number, but your bank can't inform you first?
It all depends upon the amount. Yes, somebody can withdraw from my account. Now, if you hold on, if you go to the bank to withdraw any money, it will not work until I have to give you my ID and I have to give you a note to tell you, I mean, to give it to the banker. You cannot just go and withdraw the money without my notice. I either come with you or I give you a note, and the bank will also call me to find out if it is really true. Why did I give it to you? Why did I give you my ID? They want to know maybe I'm sick or something like that. Remember that it has never happened. So the bank will, because of the security, they want to know. And they will call me. They want to know if I'm the one that sent you to come and collect the money.
Wonderful. All right. So I hope Queen Doris um, got that answer to her question. All right. So thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. And so at this time, I'm going to ask Queen Dr. T, Tunishai Ford, to give her closing.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Derek, and the rest of the deep dive team. Thank you so much for allowing me to present this evening. This topic is very important to me. And for the most part, most of you know that whenever I speak, I'm always talking about transformation. And that's why this platform is so befitting, because this is a transformational platform. And again, I always just give kudos to Dr. Derek for the title of Deep Dive. His goal is to enlighten, to change our mindsets. And I think that one of the areas that we need to really be conscious of is how we spend our days, how we spend the rest of our lives, and looking around. I don't want to just harp on the negative, because we all know what's going on out there, because we all listen to the news or read or whatever it may be, even just hearing it through the grapevine. We all have an idea of what's going on. But I think, and I want to encourage all of us to put your focus on God. I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm not trying to do that. But I want you to keep your focus on what God has called you to do, because no matter what's going on around you, the only thing that's important is what God has called you to do. And you want to be able to leave a legacy that makes sure that your calling, your purpose will not go to the richest place in the world, and that's the graveyard. You want to stay away from that. Your body's going to be there. If Jesus Christ should tarry, your body would be there, but you truly want it to be an empty shell. You don't want it to be full of your dreams and aspirations and your purpose and your potential. So many people, it doesn't matter how long you live. See, how long you live is not the key. It's what you do with the time you're here. I'm pretty sure that you know of a lot of people, well-known people, who didn't live to be in their 60s or their 70s or their 80s. And they left here. You may say they left here prematurely. Prematurely doesn't mean that you died young. It just means that you died without fulfilling your potential. I want to make sure I make that clear. Because there are a lot of people who died soon, early, but it wasn't because they did not finish their course. They finished their course, but then you have people, and we'll talk about this when I go going forward. You have people who are dream killers, and because they don't want to live out their potential, they make it their life purpose to destroy yours. One of the things that Miles Monroe also said, that if you're not walking in your purpose, if you're not trying to fulfill your dreams and what God has called you to do, it is inevitable. It is inevitable that you're going to be self-destructive and you're going to try to destroy other people too. So keep that in mind. Don't be a person that doesn't want to desire. Person that tries to hinder somebody else. Like one of the things Dr. Derek just said earlier about comparing yourself. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. Okay, you are a unique, whole, separate individual. That's who you are. So don't try to be like someone else, because no matter how, it's going to always be someone smarter. There's going to always be someone that might be more astute in something in your eyes. But remember that God made you whole, He made you complete, He made you unique. And when you fulfill your own uniqueness, you'll be well on your way to dying empty. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. Really appreciate. Let us die empty. Over to you, Queen Dr. Benny, and your closing.
Thank you. As we all know, KYC is more than a regulatory requirement. So, it is a cornerstone of trust and integrity in financial services. By properly identifying and monitoring clients, institutions, not only complying with the global anti-money laundering and the counter-terrorism financing standard, but also protecting what? Themselves and their customers for financial crime. Strong KYC practice and it also strengthens the credibility of the financial system. It reduces the risk, right? And ultimate also it contributes to a safer and a more transparent global money. With the KYC, as we all know, it is really a crucial standard in the financial services, which it aims now in verifying the customer identity and assessing what? It assess the associate, the risk of the financial profile. So their process now, it involve the three components that I told you guys, which is the customer identification program, the customer due diligence, and enhanced due diligence. So the financial institution, which it includes the bank and the investment services, must comply with the regulations with Finland rules by ensuring that they know their client well, and it provide what? A suitable financial advice and prevent what? Illegal activities. Now, as the regulatory standard, it involves all parties and which they must remain vigilant, right? And proactive in their KYC compliance in order to support and secure the financial transaction and trust in the system. Thank you so much, King Dr. Derek.
All right, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. Tunishai A. Ford. Really appreciate those wonderful presentations here on Tuesday, September 30, as we pull the curtains down on September to remember. We just want to thank everyone for joining us. And for those on YouTube, we are going to pull the curtains down on YouTube. And of course, we have Queen Dr. Nadu with the after party. So stay tuned if you are on the meeting platform. Stay tuned. Remember, weekdays, Monday to Friday, we have the Yvonne Duo. That is Queen Dr. Yvonne and Queen Yvonne Finn, One Global Movement. We also have O Passion on Thursday mornings. um, Singapore, Malaysia, and that is at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And of course, Tuesday and Thursday is none other than yours truly, Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives. Now, remember, October, which is this coming Sunday. It is October the 5th. October the 5th. Yes, Dream Team is back again. Dream Team is back again. And so please come on over on Sunday, 12:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, where the Dream Team is back again. And I think it is yours truly, Queen First Lady Dr. Benny, that will be opening the curtains in October. So please join us on Sunday. Dream Team on Sunday, Dream Team on Sunday. All right. And so for those on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us and being with us. And take care and have a wonderful rest of your week. And we see you on Thursday on Deep Dive. Take care and all the best.